really terrible. I really don't keep track of dates. I'm just living life. Group session that we had this week with Jack was specifically for me that I needed to get really, really clear about my goals and my vision for my life. And I thought I had it, but you know, as soon as he asked me, of course, all of that went out the window. So I am sitting down, and especially like with the business that I am creating, that I really need to get extremely clear about that. I'm writing that down, and I highly suggest for anybody who really wants to start a business or anything that's new in their life that you have to sit down and actually like have a plan, create a plan, have a vision so you know where you're going, because otherwise you're going to be like floundering around like I have been. And I feel like I have to move 10 times faster to catch up with the group that I'm in to like be able to get where I need to go. I'm a little stressed out, but I have been looking at it. And so, you know, when he asked me like, what do you want to do for your business? And I, you know, gave him like the glossy terms, took it apart and said, these are the beginning stages of what this business would look like. And over time, I want growth of the business. But my main focus was just trying to get a following online. And he was like, no, you need to start working on your business now so that once you start getting those people in place, then boom, your business is ready to go. So I basically have to like build all the content, create the business, and then I have to have a vision basically of me like working solo on the business. And then on the other half, once the business starts to grow, you know, what are the pieces that I'm going to need? And so I'm really going to have to sit down and take it seriously. I'm trying to get this ebook finished, and I need to work on that and get that in progress. But the next stage is going to be building this business, putting the toolkits together. What are the different sessions? What is a session going to look like for me? What are some of the workbooks? I had a couple of ideas today, and it's just like actually sitting down and doing it. That's the hardest part, and like staying focused on that. And I feel like the past 2 days, all I've been doing is just sitting at a computer all day, which is not my favorite thing to do. I want to be out and about doing my thing. I really need to like get this down on paper. So I am created like the first portion of what I want for my life and like how much I want to make with my business as like a solopreneur, and then moving forward after that. If you're like me and you're feeling extremely overwhelmed and extremely stressed, no matter what area of your life that you're in, I have some tips that might help you a little bit. Number one is just get back to your breath and just stop and slow everything down. That's what I'm realizing, is that I feel super stressed out and overwhelmed. And even like if you noticed in my video, like my shoulders are up, just take a deep breath, relax, and just stop what you're doing and just let your mind settle. Slow down, take a deep breath, take a couple minutes. Even walking away, I'm about to go take a like long walk right now just to walk away from the project and then come back to it. Number two, get in silence, brainstorm on paper. That's the best thing that you can ever do for yourself, is to journal about it. Not limiting yourself from dreaming. I'm like, oh wow, like that just sounds so big. I don't think I could ever do it. Limiting yourself is the worst thing. So even if you're like, I want to make $1 million a year, live in this mansion, have a business, I'm the CEO, and I have 10 people who are working for me, and I have an executive assistant, like literally write out every single thing, like every single aspect, just write it down, get it out of your head. Once you get it all written down, I'm kind of a messy writer. I like to just retype that. The third thing you can do is post the vision. You have to post it and read it every single day. Vision to be short enough that you are able to read it within a reasonable amount of time. You don't want it to take like 10 minutes every day to stand in front of the mirror and like read this. And that you can look at, and it takes like a minute to read through. Describe what you want. So it could be any area of your life. It could be your relationships, how much money that you want to have, what career you're going to have. Just list every little thing out and then read it twice a day, morning and night. Wanted a new job. I ended up posting the vision that I wanted for my new job and how I want it to feel. I posted it on my mirror, and it took a year for me to manifest that new job, but eventually it did come. Act as if. That's another step, is act as if you already have what you want. And then another tip, as you're writing down your vision, like break everything down into small chunks. Okay, I'm looking at my business, deciding like, what is my business going to focus on? What am I going to offer? How much am I going to charge? What are some of the perks that people are going to have? When's my deadline for having all of those items together? Invest. How much money am I going to charge people? And then with a year, like how much do I want to grow? Writing all of that down, and then all the different aspects of your goal or business. So if you're doing like weight loss, you can say my goal is to lose 30 pounds. within this amount of time. What am I going to need to be able to get there? I'm going to need a supportive environment, a supportive group. I'm going to need to change my diet. I might need to hire a nutritionist, work with a trainer. I'm going to have to wake up early. Write everything down that you're going to need to be successful. Once you have those lists together, you start to really envision that for your life and you like have that plan, then it's time to execute. Start scheduling the different steps into your daily life. If you're starting your workout plan, then you need to be like, okay, well, I want to lose 30 pounds. So I'm going to start walking 20 minutes a day, or my goal is to hit 5,000 steps. And then the next week, 6,000 steps, or I'm going to hire a trainer and I'm going to interview them. And then my goal is to have a trainer by the end of the month. Those are ways that you can start making progress, continue to feel like you're making progress. So if you want to start a business, then you need to start acting like you own a business. You know, the decisions that you make about your business as it's already where you want it to go. So I'm doing my daily walk, of course, and I just wanted to fill you guys in on today. We had another coaching call with Jack. Of course, I raised my hand and Jack gave it to me, and he made something really like clear to me. He questioned me about all of my goals, and he told me that I need to be more specific about all of my goals, what my ideal life would look like. I thought I had it all figured out, and evidently I didn't. So I spent some time on it this afternoon, and I have a lot of work to do, but my vision's going to be very clear. And I have a better direction with where I'm headed with YouTube and also with my business that will be coming up in a couple months that I'll announce to everybody. So I'm looking forward to it. And I don't like people to kind of sugarcoat things. He just gave it to me and was like, look, you need to be very clear about this, and this, and come back to me when you figure it out. I'm gonna post it on the Game Changers Facebook group and I'll tag Jack. That's my plan, just to say, hey, you threw out this challenge to me and this is what I came up with. What do you think? And of course, just being really clear on my reasons why it's important for me to be posting content and encouraging women to take care of themselves with self-care. So really just focusing on that. I think so many women are just not making themselves a priority. Doesn't matter what age you're at, but it's the number one best thing that you can do for yourself and for your family and loved ones. Ooh, I'm getting attacked by bugs out here. So anyways, that's what I have to say for the moment, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Back to our office. It was a busy event, but yeah, I am just gonna take a moment of gratitude. It's been a crazy day, which I actually kind of like, because I'm like running from one meeting to another event, and I had 3 things I had to get done this morning, but I kind of like it. It makes me feel useful, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to do a quick Whole30 check-in while I'm driving back. So I am doing great on the Whole30. I have been sticking to the plan. I haven't had any sugar. It hasn't been as bad as I thought. I am eating a whole lot of fresh fruits and vegetables just to kind of curb any cravings. And then with my weight's holding steady. I'm like, granted, okay, I'm in week 2. I feel good. Our yoga session got canceled. I'm really looking forward to this weekend because number 1, it's going to be super hot. So I'm looking forward to heading to the cold plunge. And then 2, just focusing on getting really clear about my vision and what I want to do with my life. But fitness wise, I feel pretty good. I need to definitely up my steps, but nutrition's doing really well. I'm eating food at home, cooking all of my meals. And today, right now I'm snacking on cashews. I've just had a banana and cashews today. They've been on a run.
1 and 75-second part of that part.
You know what I'm thinking about right now?
What?
No, chicken nuggets and honey mustard.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
You guys ever used to go to like TGI Fridays?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my thing was the chicken strips, and then I would get the mix, so I'd get like the original chicken, and then they had this Cajun one, and then you get the honey mustard, and then you get the Cajun dipping sauce. Sounds so good.
That's fire, yeah.
It was so good.
Have you guys ever eaten that Raising Cane's?
I haven't. They don't season their chicken.
Oh, they don't?
No, they don't season their flour.
When it first came out, it was like wrapped
It's
around.
still a crazy line. When I was
I had it
talking,
once because I got it.
and it wasn't all that great.
It's people who don't know
What
about
chicken?
flavor or what chicken should taste like. They don't put any seasoning at all. It's just
Why the hell are they popular?
I don't know why. You like hanging out? Hey guys, what's up? Just doing a check-in. I just finished a cold plunge class and breath work, and it was really nice. I actually stood underneath cold water after I was done with my last plunge for I'm thinking 2 minutes, and it actually felt really good. It is a hot day in the summer, so I'm gonna head into, and you see I'm wearing a sweatshirt. My body temperature is not back up to where it normally should be, so I'm wearing a sweatshirt and it's 80 degrees outside. But anyway, I'm gonna head into Ulta really quick. I'm gonna grab a couple of skincare essentials, and then I'm gonna go grab some lunch. Today's Sunday, and I just got done doing the cold plunge and the breathwork class. Again, it is amazing. I love it. I plunged this time 6 times today. And I did a bonus one for you guys with a quick clip of me going into the cold plunge. That was my last one, so you're not gonna see me go freak out. And I did 20 minutes. The great lesson about the cold plunge class is that you learn so much about your body, your mind, and how your mind controls every doubt that comes into your head. You can challenge that and overcome it. The perfect example is when you first get into the cold plunge for the first time. There's a couple that comes, and they come every single day. And then I start it with them. And I show up every weekend, and so it's fun when we watch the newbies come in and they're getting into the cold plunge and they are all freaking out and they're like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here, it's so cold, it's so cold. And then you watch over the 3 minutes, watch them go from completely panicked to uncomfortable, but calm enough to be able to get through the 3 minutes. It's just such a great lesson that even though you're uncomfortable, even though you're scared, that your mind and your will is more powerful than your negative thoughts. So that's a message I have today, and that's why I think everyone should try it. I need to add that to my resource list on my website, which is thesamararenee.com, but is that your mind is so powerful and that it will keep you away from doing the things that you dream of, your ultimate vision accomplished in life, because it makes you doubt. There's one lesson that I'm learning, and that's why I keep coming back, is that my mind is so much more powerful if I focus on the positive and tell myself that I can do it. I know I can do it. I've out of airplanes, I've gone into cold plunge. I haven't done water rafting yet, and that's one I'm really afraid of. Or bungee jumping, that doesn't appeal to me, but I know that I can do these things and I can overcome them, but there's so many areas in my life that I just freeze because I am completely fearful. And so one of the things that I've been kind of procrastinating on is just completing my book and then handing it over to an editor. So I'm going to work on it a little bit today and then finish up my vision so I can be completely clear about what I want to do in business and just like what I want to do moving forward as a person. And that's not being afraid to set boundaries and tell people what I think and not be afraid of upsetting people. I have this thing about I don't want to bother people and I don't want to upset people. And that's not good, because then I am holding on to all of this frustration and anxiety that is ultimately just hurting my body while I'm trying to make everybody else feel good, when it doesn't make me feel good that my boundaries or even my feelings are being respected. So anyways, that's just work. And so I'm continuing to do the work. This week I have a therapy session and I have to figure out the whole billing with that. And then so that one I'm probably going to come back on I think it's Tuesday and talk to you guys about it, because we're getting into the nitty gritty and it's going to be intense. So anyways, happy Sunday. It's a Sunday night dinner in the air fryer, and I just made some chicken drumsticks. Got them because they were on sale. So these are organic drumsticks with just some seasoning on top. Put it in the air fryer for 20 minutes and it's done. And then I'll just have it with some, a salad. It's Monday, just finished a tour, or 2 tours, and then I'm heading into work. It is hot as hell. It is 85 degrees. And it's only going to get hotter. It's not even noon yet. Today, my moment that I want to talk about is feeling into your vision for your life. You can dream and have a dream, but having that vision come to life, that's the hardest part. The number one thing that you can do is for making your dream become a reality is to act as if. Let's say you want to be a writer. What should you be doing if you're going to act as if to make your vision come true? You have to write. So that would mean that you would need to be writing every single day. You should start brainstorming the idea for your first book. Or if you're going to be a business owner, you should be laying out how you want your business to be and what steps that you need to do to make that become a reality. So if there is something that you want to do or want it to be like the typical San Diegan. Okay, ever since I got here, I'm like always wanted to be healthy and fit and active. I didn't get it when I first moved here. I was like, wow, like all of these people are always outside. I don't get it. Like, what's the big deal? And then I discovered like hiking and how beautiful it is to live here. And then it clicked. And I was like, oh my God, that's how you should be living. You should be outside. You should be enjoying life and meeting people and enjoying good food, living your best life. You can't do that unless you're actually acting as if. That's what I want to do. I want to act as if I am that person. So I have to get out and be active. I have to eat healthy. I have to exercise and be fit. That's my challenge to you today, is to be really clear about what you really want to be. If you want to be that person that sends thank you cards, always remembers people's birthdays, then what do you have to do? You have to write it down. You have to have it in your calendar. You have to remember to always send a thank you note when somebody gives you a gift, person that you always want it to be. You find yourself criticizing somebody for not doing something. So for instance, like if you give a gift to somebody and they don't send you a thank you card back, then you have to think to yourself, well, what does that say in me? Does that mean, like, do I do that with every gift, or do I just say thank you and that's it? Like, you have to set the example in order to see that come back into your life. So anyway, that's my tip for you. Act as if you want something, then you need to start acting like you already have it.